Hello everyone, welcome back to the construction of Lego Spider-Man set 76173. This is the front of the box, this is the back of the box. It is Spider-Man and Ghost Rider versus Carnage, and it is the latest incarnation of Ghost Rider, Robbie Reigns. So I did start this video in a previous video, so I'll show you what I've done in a minute. Bear with me. Just trying, there we go, there's our little angled roofing piece. And a black 4x1 flat piece goes on here, and a grey 2x1 goes on here. This is what we have so far for the Dodge. I do actually think this is one of the best incarnations of Ghost Rider. Purely because of the car rather than the bike, but if you do have any comments or feedback on that, do feel free to leave them at the end of the video. Put some more bits on the side here. A couple more pieces to go on here. And this is what we have so far for our car. Got a couple more bits to go on here. Lego have come a long way with these cars, has to be said. They can actually make some very nice looking vehicles now. Just look at the Speed Champions range. A couple more pieces to go on here. This is only a one-seater Dodge Charger, so it will be a bit smaller than the one from the other set that I have built the ones with the Charger and the Challenger, the drag race set. And that's also on my videos if you go through my back catalogue. So I need to put the wheel arches on here. That's what we have for our Dodge so far. You're getting the blackness, getting the black in it. Probably one of the best colours for this particular vehicle in my opinion. So if you think there's any other better colours, do feel free to leave a comment at the end of the video. A couple more pieces, proper Lego pieces go on the front. And this is what we have so far for the Dodge. You can tell what's going to be the back and what's going to be the front so far, so I'm hoping I'm right on that. A couple of Technic Lego pieces go in here, but I think they're just cosmetics, so unless they might serve a purpose. So put another engine vent on here. A couple of headlight pieces go on here. And this is what we have so far. Some bit of design on the front. Some bits to go on the side here. And some bits to go on the back as well. That's what we got so far for the vehicle. Starting to take shape. Quite a few pieces left as well, which is, so there's obviously some nice detailing on it. So I've got to put another 4 of these square stud pieces on. 1 square 1 pieces here. These go on the front to level this off. That's what we have so far. That's all flat and leveled off. That goes up a little bit at the back, but next, that's the car. We'll stick that down there for the time being. Stick the wheels over there as well, because they're only going to get in the way. Next, we've got to build what looks like the front of the car. So it starts off with a 6x1. Got to make the bumper. We've got some shiny grey pieces on for the bumper, which is quite a nice sort of chromy type effect that you'd expect on a muscle car like this. Got a couple of styling pieces on the front. And a greeny grey connection piece with a couple more styling pieces on the going on the side, on here, on the front, bear with me. Look for this little, there should be a clear round flat stud. There we go, got that on there. This is what we have so far for the front of the car. Got to turn it upside down, and got a couple of pieces to go on the back here. It goes in the middle. Now this bit here goes in there on the front. That's in there now, nice and solid like that. We've got to put a couple more pieces on here. Nice to see Lego have made some effort with the car, which does actually make this, which does really sell this as a set, because there's a lot of Spider-Man sets out there, and they are pretty much of a much. A lot of them are quite similar. I'm not sure. Well, that's just my personal opinion on it, but. We've got a little grille that goes on the front here, which is a Technic Lego piece that goes on the front there. Nice reuse of parts on that. So next we've got to put some styling bits on the side. Which is a grey 2x1 with a black flat 2x1 on top of it. So that's what we've got on there so far, like that, and got to put some pieces under here for a bit of styling, which is, have to admit, it does look good. As you can see, you've got those bits in, those two bits go in there. We've got to put some bits on these bits here. Should have some single roofing pieces which go on the vehicle like so. Very much like the Speed Champion sets, which I've said before. So. That's the styling on the bottom, as you can see. So there's a distinct possibility with all these, with all the cars they're making now, they could actually make a Night Rider set at some point, which would be quite cool. Because you could probably build your own kit with some of these bricks as well. If you, unfortunately, I don't have the time to. At the moment, I don't have time to work on a project like that at the moment, but I'm quite sure there's people out there who are, and I have seen it suggested on the Lego Ideas thing for the builds they're going to bring out, but hasn't quite come to fruition yet, probably for licensing reasons. But if anyone knows any different, please feel free to leave a comment. Right, so I put those on the axles on there, and you've got the bits on the side there. Now we've got to put some styling on the top. So two of these curved pieces go on here. A 1 square flat stud goes on here, followed by a 6x1 goes on here as well. Then we got got a few more bricks to go on here. Let me try and find them. These I consider them to be weird looking bricks, but I'll show you these in a minute. There we go, that's what we got so far. As you can see, you got that is part of the styling of the car. A couple more pieces to go on here. And a bonnet piece to go on there. And there's what the car looks like so far. As you can see, it's got the classic Dodge front, which is quite nice. Now I think we're starting on the back of the car now, so oh, I see. I thought it's One of those instructions, it does look quite confusing, but when you really look at it, it makes sense. A couple of these grey pieces with a hook piece on here, a connection piece on here. There we go, that's what we got here. A couple more bit styling pieces go on here. A couple more of the bumper pieces go on here. And this is what we have so far. I'm not sure what we're meant to do with that. I think I know where that goes, but I'll leave that till we get some proper instructions. Got an orange 4x1. Doesn't appear as orange on the sheet. I think that's due to the printing again. So. Couple of these orangey yellow 1 square stud pieces go on here, and 2 on the end as well. A couple of these red small right angled pieces go on here. This is what we have so far for this little part of the build. And this piece here goes on like so. I think that's it. That bit there connects onto the bricks on the back there, and it does really. It's starting to look like a Dodge, really starting to get the shape now. So, put a couple of black flat studs on this side and the back. Like so, there and there, so now a couple of 2x1 black flat pieces go on here with some clear red lights on the back. Then a couple of pieces go on here, like so. It's definitely getting the black darkness of Ghost Rider attached to it, so. A couple of yellow stud pieces go on, are they real yellow? I think they are. No, they're grey. Never quite sure on whether they're clear or the. Couple of the long black smooth pieces go on here. and a clear brick goes in the middle for the back windscreen, like so. Looking good. There we go. There's its reverse, there's its rear lights. It's got some little lights on the front. Seeing it's driven by Ghost Rider, I don't think it really needs lights anyway, so because no one's going to mess with the Ghost Rider. Got a couple of these pieces on. That's a lamp piece with a single roofing piece on it. Goes on like that. A couple of pieces go on the back here. That bit goes on there. As you can see, it's definitely starting to look like a muscle car now. Windscreen and there we have our muscle car minus the wheels and the engine air intake, which is, I think that gets a new purpose on this particular model. I don't think it's an adaptation you can generally buy a Dodge with, but got these little firing mechanisms, which as an adult I'm not overly keen on. So if I was a kid I probably would love these and I'd be using these all the time. Costing me a small fortune in these little studs that it fires, but I think it'd be worth it. So got a couple of these brick that goes on the back here, and some that go on the back here. That's what we have so far. Now this bit goes on here in the middle like so. Next we've got to do the tyres. Got quite a few spare bricks on here, which I'm getting a little bit worried about, but I'm quite sure it'll all make sense. Right, so put the bigger wheels on the back. Put them on this way round. Tyre's not on quite right, but we'll let that ride. Got another set of a slightly smaller set on the front. And put a couple of these Technic studs in here. Like so, as you can see on the back wheels. What we'll do, we'll put the flames on this particular model, I think. This is the non-Ghost Rider model. This is the normal model. It does look good. I'll move these gentlemen out of the way. And here we have our standard Dodge. And what you can do is you pull some bits off the back and the side, I was wondering how this would work, but stick these little yellowy bits on the side. So you've got to make a little chlorine bit there with a clear yellow stud on the bottom there. I think if you can make Ghost Rider's car, you have to make it with, has to have flames coming off it at least. So we've got our little bag of flames slash webs slash. This stuff gets used quite often within Lego. So a couple of bits coming out the back. Like so. Nice bit of hellfire coming out the back. Put some hellfire on the side as well. That's what we've got so far. Put some on his tyres as well, and you could put these little handheld pieces on here, the handheld little hellfire pieces, which you can attach to Ghost Rider as Ghost Rider himself can hold, or you can put them on the car, which I think does look cooler. You've got a big bag of pieces as well, so we'll put these little pieces on here. I'm probably going to lose them, but Lego always give you a few more, so stick these bits on there. And here we have our Ghost Riders. We have Ghost Riders, now have Ghost Riders Dodge. Has some nice little bits on it. You can stick the little bits in the cab with Ghost Rider himself, like so. I'm going to stick those bits in there with Ghost Rider so I don't lose them. Because this set is just too cool to ruin like that. And here we have Ghost Rider in his Dodge, and it's quite a nice little ride. It really does look the part, and it really is the part as well. So I'm quite impressed with this. The other sets do look a bit. There's a spider cave and a Spider-Man has a monster truck, which I'm not 100% convinced about. But it's not that, it's more the extra figures that you get with these sets. There's a Venom mech with Iron Man Venom, which is quite cool. That's kind of on my wish list at the moment. So this is what we have. This is the main piece of the set that I really liked, the car. I possibly would have brought that on its own anyway. So Lego could sell that on its own very easily, but to put it with Spider-Man and stuff like that, they're probably using that as a selling gimmick. The Carnage figure is actually quite nice as well, and you have Spider-Man fighting Carnage. It's just there's so many Lego Spider-Man figures. They've been around for a long time, so very hard to get excited over the standard Lego Spider-Man figure. So, but overall, quite a good build. Quite happy with it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do feel free to like, share and subscribe. If you have any comments or feedback, do feel free to leave them at the end of the video. I'll try to give you a mention on my next video. I'd like to thank my regular subscribers on YouTube and Instagram, and I'd like to thank Bric-a-Brac, who actually commented on some of my previous videos, and a couple of other gentlemen whose names unfortunately I can't pronounce. So I do apologise, but thank you for your comments and feedback on that, and it's very much appreciated. And please keep watching. Stay safe, keep building, and I hope very much to see you on my next video. Thank you for watching.